Hi guys, this is Phil's Home Gym, fun and effective tips for your fitness journey. On my channel I want to talk about getting fit at home, in the gym or outside. Today I show you how to unlock your first pull-up, or if you are able to do a pull-up already, how you can improve your pull-up strength and performance overall. In the first part of the video, I show you the different ways you can use. In the second part, I explain these different ways. In the third part, I show you how to improve your pull-up performance if you already can do one or more reps. After that, I show you some possibilities to practice pull-ups even without a pull-up bar. And in the end, I talk about examples for sets and reps. For learning a pull-up, a good base is needed. After you have that good base, there are different ways. At first, we have the band-assisted pull-up. Second is the isometric hold. The third possibility are other pulling exercises, for example rows. In this video I don't want to talk about negative reps because negative reps are basically more useful for more advanced skills like the muscle up or other exercises. So let's talk about the base for pull-ups. Of course you have two different grips. You have the overhand grip and the underhand grip. So basically both grips are totally fine. For the overhand grip you more have the brachioradialis, and for the underhand grip you have more biceps involved. I will show every way to approach the pull-up with the overhand grip, but as mentioned before you can use the underhand grip as well. One important base for pull-ups is the ability to hang. The minimum you can practice is a 30-second hang. The more the better. So if you can go up to 45 or 60 seconds just hanging with a strong grip. The next part is a good scapular strength. You can combine that with the hanging when you do scapular pull-ups. For the scapular pull-ups, make sure your shoulder gets far away from your ear, but the whole body stays vertical. So don't do this. After mastering the base of the pull-up, you can do the next variations. So keep in mind, always pull as high as possible. So don't just pull until the chin is over the bar. Pull always as high as possible to the chest, to your throat, whatever. So first thing is the band assisted pull-up. So if you cannot perform a normal pull-up, you use resistance bands. When you train with resistance bands, you have two possibilities. You can put your knee in the band, then you have a little help, and you can put your foot in the band, then you have a bigger help. So if it is possible for you, I recommend always staying in this active hang position. Don't lose the tension on your scapulas. If one resistance band is not enough, you can use multiple ones. Always take your time and be careful when putting your knees or your feet into the bands and to move out of the bands. The second way to approach your pull-up are isometric holds. I recommend holding the top position at minimum 10 seconds, better 20, better 30 seconds. Of course, you can combine those two ways, so you can use bands and do then the isometric hold. If you don't have a pull-up bar, you can either do rows or door pull-ups. You can use the base principles for pull-ups, even for rowing movements. That means when you pull, try that your scapula is always under tension and you row like this. And you row as high as possible. When rowing with weights, you have the supported row. For supporting, you can use your own knee, a chair, a bench, or even a kettlebell if you perform it with 2 kettlebells. For a second rowing variation, there is the bent over row, which means your upper body is no longer supported and you have to support it by your own back muscles. When it comes to pure pull training, I prefer the supported variation, but of course the bent over variation has some benefits. If you use a band for your rows, make sure you have something stable to install the band. For door pull-ups, grab some postcards or some city cards, stuff like this, and you put this under the door so that you don't damage it. When the door is stable, you can just grip the edge and door pull-ups. For the warm-up, I like to do arm circles at first. So maybe you do 10 slow, controlled reps per direction. Another very good exercise is the serving T. For this, you try to keep your hand parallel to the ground and do one whole rotation. when it comes to specific warm-up, do 10 scapular pull-ups. If you can't do 10 in a row, start with 4, 3 and 3 or with 5 and 5. After the warm-up, you can do 3 rounds with maximum repetitions or maximum holding duration of the variation of your choice, such as resistance band pull-ups or dumbbell rows. When you reach 12 reps and more, you can adjust your variation. For example, use a thinner band or use more weight. Once you get used to the pull-up training, you can do 4, 5 and even 6 sets to increase the volume. Another interesting way to increase your volume is that you try sets with only 50% of your maximum repetitions. That means you do more sets but less reps. For example, you once did 3 times 10 band assisted pull-ups. So then try to do 10 times 5 instead. When it comes to isometric holds, also hold as long as you can, for example 10 or 15 seconds. Try to reach the next step, so you can go from 10 seconds to 20 seconds to 30 seconds and then adjust the movement again with using a lighter band. Now let's talk about the most important aspect of strength training in general. If one way or one variation doesn't work for you and you stick to the same exercise for weeks, just try another variation. So this means variety, but keep in mind trying the same exercises for at least 6 weeks. Okay, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, drop me a like, subscribe for even more, and if there's any question left about pull-up or about the pulling exercise in general, let me know in the comments. If you're interested in other bodyweight exercises, check out my other video.